Was a fast series, and here we go. We are jumping in and spawning in the top left-hand corner of a Neon Violet Square. We have the blue Protoss player representing Alien Esports. Let's go. I will have to get confirmation of that. But yeah, Alien Esports have recently come back in. They recently acquired Arrowfire, by the way. It is Power. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the purple Zerg player, representing 3D Clan. Oh wait, yeah, 3D Clan. It is GgMaChine. Yes, we are streaming on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Facebook. Here we go. But yeah, someone asking, oh, this is being streamed over on YouTube. Yes, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook, we're live on TikTok, we're live everywhere. Meanwhile, we do have the hatch block. Let's go. GgMaChine moves out with the hatch block, will disrupt and delay the economy. Boys are being pulled to focus us down. Already, GgMaChine doing some inadvertent damage. At the same time, going for the gold, rushing in towards that triangular third. Let's go. The gold base is going to be taken. Power, he's not quite in a position to deny the expansion. Goes in for a scout. Little does he know that the gold is on the way. Here we go. Yes, from the as we do collapse on the army. We do collapse here on the hatchery. And Power, oh, let's go. He scouts, he is aware. As a reminder, Power, he is ahead in the series. He has a 1-0 lead over GgMaChine. Here we go. As we do have the initial shield battery rush here being set up. Shield battery on the way. Set up here outside of the gold. And here comes the army. Alas, GgMaChine doesn't really have much to work with here. Lings are massing. Lings going to be coming in, trying to defend. But there's a shield battery to support. And the gold base is being denied. So far, good response here by Power. So far, good response. Power pulls back. Does pull away, picking up more Lings. I mean, the Queen is helping, but more reinforcements have arrived. Last, we can even go for warpins across the map. Going for the Queen. Yeah, one more shot. The Queen does pull. Massive pickup. Taking down the Queen, collapsing on the Lings. Nice surround here on that Adept. GgMaChine holding his own. Does hold his own. Lings still massing for the Zerg player, but he's stuck on a one-base economy. And he's going for a counterattack. Oh, he's going for a counterattack instead. Oh, a little bit indecisive. Where are we going? Yeah, a bit of indecision there, but it looks like the base, it's in a way being abandoned. Link speed is now done, though. Link speed is done. Moves out. Back at home, there is a full wall. And Power, he's secure. Oracle has arrived, and Lings are being shut down. Oh. Lings are being shut down. GgMaChine rallying on in, but last the wall is solid. And he invested so heavily into these Lings. He will clean this up. He should be able to secure his gold base, but a lot of these could have been drones. They could have been workers. GgMaChine is stuck on 19 workers, barely an economy. The gold base will help, but it has a lot of heavy lifting to do. Has a lot of heavy lifting here. As everything is being cleaned up. Spores are on the way. Now GgMaChine is droning as heavily as possible. And there we go, does transfer. Does transfer over. Moving out with his Lings. Back in Power does have a more secure setup. And I'm hoping GgMaChine doesn't invest too hard here, as he's going to be forced back. Power taking the third. Third base is on the way. Cybercore is going to be saved. GgMaChine going to be forced back. And so far, Power, he is going to be able to secure himself on 3 bases. The goal base is going to be a big factor, of course, for GgMaChine. He can recover as he's droning. Evo Chamber plus 1 melee. Looks like the setup for Ling Hydra. And he wants that Cybercore. He wants it. Alas, he's not going to get it. Throwing away so many Lings. 37 Lings so far already. It just hasn't been worth it here for GgMaChine. Looks like finally he does get the surround though. Oh my god. It's so close. It's so low. A little bit more. He gets it. He does finally get it. No shield battery, no support. So the Cybercore goes down. It did cost a lot of Lings. A lot of Lings went down for that, but did go down in the end. Whew. And now we can settle in. We can settle in. We can see GgMaChine droning up, now going for the lair. This is a 6:30 lair timing. It's a very late lair, but bearing in mind it's been a very awkward kind of setup here with the initial proxy hatchery, with the goal base. It's been very unorthodox when it comes to the setup. It's very unorthodox. We are trying to settle in. Oracle's going for the dive, catching out some of those drones. One drone going down. Power, in a sense, double expanding, rushing into that 4th base. Can he maintain the low ground, though? There are plenty of Lings. Nice force field. Yeah, denying service area. One Adept gets caught out. Oracle's a race back home, and Power, he will hold. He will hold on. He will shut down those Lings. Lings are forced back. GgMaChine taking more bases. And we might be able to settle into a longer game state. Might be able to. Whew, we can take a breath. Okay, the aggression has subsided. And as we get into this, now GgMaChine, he can take advantage of the goal base, getting into his own 4th. Still down in workers. He has a 3-base saturation in a way. I guess the goal base is helping with that. Taking real fast into the infestation bit. Interesting. Not just that, Nidus Swarm. Are we feeling Swarm Host? That would make the most sense. Infestation bit, Nidus Swarm into Swarm Host play to harass across the map. There is definitely potential, but we'll see if it goes unscouted. Power dipping back in. Going for the main. Getting the revelation. Ooh, and he sees everything. He sees everything here at the natural base. Spots the tech, the Nidus Swarm, the infestation bit, sees everything that he has to offer. Does pull out, and as a response, Stargate. Stargate in production. I'm curious if this is the beginning of Skytos, to work towards a fleet beacon, into Tempest, into Carrier, into Mothership. Power just has to make sure he's secure. Going for a gateway explosion as well. The tech is now done, and we're waiting to see if we do invest into those swarm hosts. Now, GgMaChine, he knows he got scattered, right? He knows he got scattered. He knows that the surprise factor isn't really there anymore. You can see the Oracles on patrol, looking for any kind of night display. And GgMaChine, as a result, he's not actually making use of this. It makes sense. Like, the surprise factor is, I mean, he knows. From here, going to Ling Roach Ravager. No further tech yet. More roaches are amassing. And it looks like the Stargate was more precaution than anything else. Here come those swarm hosts, as we mentioned before. They are far later. The armies that do engage in the center of the map. The Vials! Vials, a crazy army. Power moving in. Knocking down those roaches. First Archon does fall. And the army's getting caught out. Power, he was caught out in the open. Archon's getting picked up one after the other. GgMaChine, he can overwhelm. Stasis goes up. Nicely done. Buying time. Power just warping in as much as he can. Shield batteries. More defensive units. Goal base on the way. Is setting up. Little does he know, here comes that Nidus. Here come the swarm hosts. Can collapse on the low ground. Yeah, the fourth base is exposed. At least some of the Archons, they're somewhat in position. They can respond. Shield whatever goes down. Probes, most of them do survive. Nice cleanup. Only 2 probe kills. Could have been so much worse. And so far, Power he's holding. Is holding on. Forcing back the army. Knight is into the main. Power, does he notice? Does he notice the Knight? He doesn't. Oh no! Knight is going to finish. Stormhost right into the production. A little bit late to unload though. Yeah, a little bit. Zealots had to respond. Dial in the army. Nice swarms, they're going to be cleaned up. And with that, Power he defends. So far, Power he is holding. This is where the soup does lie. GgMaChine, he's maxed, but he's maxed out on Roach Ravager. Like, it's a very inefficient army supply. He's maxed out on Roach Ravager, Swarm Host even. So he can't really do much with this. He can't really break the expansion, but he can harass. And behind this, he's now taking finally into Hydras and Lurkers. They're on the horizon. Still a ways off. Nice force fields trying to lock this down, but Power he shouldn't be pushing out like this. Once again, getting caught out. He needs to be more defensive. Needs to turtle up. Lurker save coming in from behind, going for the mineral line. Like, these are some efficient trades here by Power, but again, he lost 2 Archons. Lost 2 Archons already. Does minimize economic damage. GgMaChine starts stepping forward. Takes out 2 Archons. War Prism across the map. Oh no! Prism goes down. Massive pickup. Mining is going to be denied. And remember, Power, he has the gold. Does have the gold. He's going to be able to maintain himself, but again, he needs to build up those Archons once again. Ideally into more High Templar, into Storm, into Immortals. Power, he has a ways to go. And GgMaChine, he is pulling him apart. Behind this, getting up to 80 workers. Local save once again into the mineral line. Late reaction. But finally, probe damage. There we go. 10 workers in an instant. Up until now, it's been 2 workers at a time. But damage finally has been done. Takes down 10 probes. Takes down 10 workers. They'll run back across the map, catching out a queen. Nice pickup. Queen diving in the army. GgMaChine, he does respond. Power, he has Storm. I'm still not entirely convinced when it comes to these move outs, but at least he's denying creep. He's clearing up creep. Lurkers are ready. They are prepared. So far, keeping up. And with those Lurkers in position, I don't think Power can really fight this head on. The Lurkers are on their own. There's potential. We could see a dive. Immortal production finally has begun. But still a ways off. And again, I feel like now would not be a bad moment for a Flea Beacon and to embrace Sky Toss. Locals they've come in, hits the gold, going for the base itself. Oh, and is going to get it. Massive pickoff. Nexus goes down. Again, these Stormhosts are finally paying off. Getting 10 workers earlier. Taking down the Nexus. Hydras, they lunge in. Oof, brutal Storms. Brutal Storms at the same time. GgMaChine getting pulled apart. We have Zealot Swords bottom left, Zealot Swords top right. Mineral lines are going down, and we're coming in for a surround. GgMaChine, we shouldn't be out here. How good are the Storms going to be? It looks like there might be enough. The Storms are brutal, though. Yeah, the army is melting. Very close fights. You can see how low those Lurkers are. One more Storm would be enough. Or even just a warping of Zealots. Yeah, they clean up all the Lurkers. Power he holds, but at a cost. Another killed expansion. Power, he lost every Archon. The Archons went down. The Immortals as well. Only Zealots survive. Or really a gateway army. A very cheap army, I should say. Power, he did kill 2 bases, true. Did snipe 2 expansions, not bad. But in a head-on fight, I do favor GgMaChine. The Immortal should not be here. Very vulnerable. Has to back off. Prism into the main. Nice harass. Back at home, are we building anything up? Now some High Templar, now some Archons. Stormhost, they continue. Zell's killing more drones in the main. Again, like, the harassing damage is good. It's just the main army. It's the main army that's the problem here. Where there's no power units. Not anymore, despite the name. Despite the name, there's no power here. There's now morphing in High Templar, but there's no good answer here to the Lurker army. Assuming that GgMaChine moves out. And here it is. How many Lurkers? 13. 13 Lurkers for GgMaChine. It's a terrifying force. And he's had enough. He's had enough defending. Losing workers, losing bases, and now he's here. Now he's arrived. Hydra towards the left, Lurkers right through the center. And GgMaChine looks like he has done it. He just pulled power apart. The Lurkers, the Nidus Worms, the Locust Waves. We do try to come in first round, which isn't too bad. Actually trading quite well. But the army escapes. The army gets away. Dives into the Nidus. Once again, a pretty good engage here by Power. Like, I do want to commend his fights overall. He has been fighting more efficiently, that is true. But what about the bases? He lost the gold, never retook it. Never retook the gold base. Never got a 5th base back up and running. GgMaChine, he can remax, he can rebuild. Power cannot. Power does have a bank, and he has been having a bit of a harder time spending his resources here. There it is. Massive wave of High Templar. Oh, does find the Stormhost. Not bad. Does find them. Likewise, Zealot drop into the main. Getting a queen. Catching a couple of queens. I mean, this is getting a bit out of hand. Getting every single queen. Oh my god. Which means he can warp in. There's no anti-air. Zealots, they dive into the base. They can go for the Lurker Den as well. These Zealot have been the MVPs for Power. Sniping base after base. Tech structures as well. Main army tries to push in. Zealots, they do run into a force of Spine Crawlers. Still a lot of Lurkers. 14. Massive Storm. That's still 14 Lurkers for GgMaChine. Lurkers, they come in from behind. They hit the mineral line. We'll take a save to the face. And again, Power, he has no easy way to push into this. Earlier we saw some surrounds, but here GgMaChine is up against a wall. Does lunge in, takes down the Archons. And despite the storms, the Lurkers should be able to overwhelm. Lurker save coming in as well. We're running out of storms, 1 High Templar left. And GgMaChine is finally done it. He breaks the base, pushing in towards the natural. And there's just not enough here. There's just not enough here for Power. Again, his economy never really got going. Nice storm. Very nice. Oh my god, he stands in it. The storm was brutal. But at this point, it doesn't matter. 15 probe kills. GgMaChine going in for the kill. Yeah, it does go in for the kill here. Lurker save as well. GG gets called, and GgMaChine, he ties it up 1-1. Whew, he does take down Power. GG. GG, well played. A very, very intense series is what I will say. Very intense, very clutch. There were definitely moments for Power. I do think, though, that Power had a really hard time kind of deciding where he wanted to tech. We saw Stargates, for example, but we never had a fleet beacon. I do think there were opportunities to start working towards Skytoss to have a more just a greater army against Mass Lurker. Never really took to the skies. He just committed with Archon Storm. He never really went into like a second Robo into Mass Immortal. And again, this kind of army just cannot really push into Lurkers head on. We saw some really nice engagements when it came to surrounds. Like, that's ideal, sure, 100%, where you can like surround the Lurkers, you can come in from multiple angles. But when it comes to like these more upfront engagements, that's where we saw that army kind of crumble there, referring to the Protoss army of Power. GG well played. And hey, they tie things up 1-1. And that is going to lead us into our next round. As a reminder, these are best of 2s, not best of 3s. They're best of 2s. So we're going to leave it at a tied scoreline, and we move on, and we're going to be following Power into his match against Young Yakov. Let's go. We have our next series. We have our next match. So up next is going to be a ZvP. And this is a rematch from last month. As a reminder, for those who are maybe tuning in for the first time, this is a monthly tournament for the CIS region. Players, they do come from all around to compete in this. Again, we're excited to see Skillis, as Skillis is competing in this for the very first time. Likewise, this is going to be a rematch from last month's tournament, where Young Yakov, he was knocked out of the playoffs by Power. He was knocked out. He was knocked out. Now he has a chance at revenge. Again, Power, he caused a crazy upset last month where he was able to take down Young Yakov in the quarterfinals. Young Yakov, he was destined to face off against Wayne in the finals for a rematch, but that never happened. Never did happen. Un momento. Just asking Power if he is aware of when he joined, if he can let us know when he joined Alien Esports, so we can update that on Wikipedia. We'll let him know. But yeah, do apologize for it showing Milky Cow at the start. Do apologize for that. We did fix it towards the end, thankfully. But there is a delay. There is a stream delay. And I have confirmation that Power, he joined Alien Esports on the 21st. On the 21st. Beautiful. We're going to be updating that on Wikipedia after the tournament, after the stream. We'll be updating. For those who don't know, we did cover it during the podcast this week, but Aragfire did recently join Alien Esports, and I guess Power as well. I guess they are slowly building up a roster of players. So really cool to see that they're back in the scene and that they're supporting some of the young up-and-coming talent in the European region. I do appreciate it. And from here, we're going to be going on. We're going to be going on a break. We're going to be going on a short break here. Vetoes are underway, and when we come back, we will have our next series. We'll have our next best of 2. So again, take this time to get some snacks, get some food, get some water, and get ready for our next match of Young Yakov and Power. See you soon. See you soon.